We added $318,000 to recurring revenue for a client in 30 days. Not because they were smarter, not because they worked harder, but because they finally stopped doing what keeps 99% of coaches stuck and started doing what I'm just about to show you. Because here's what most coaches are doing right now. They make a sale, they deliver, they repeat. They make a sale, they deliver, and they repeat. Now, it feels like growth, right? But this is just the high ticket hamster wheel. And if you build a company on that wheel, congratulations, you've just built yourself a prison. Because with no back end, with no predictability, and the second leads dry up, and trust me, they will from time to time, you're gonna panic. You're gonna shit the bed and you're gonna start scrambling for the next strategy, the next funnel, and the next Hail Mary. And I know this because I've been behind the curtain of 7, 8, and 9-figure info businesses. And the ones that scale, they don't rely on hustle. They don't live off one-off sales. They have a system of turning clients into recurring revenue machines. And then that is what we wanted to be able to do. That's why we added $318,000 in a single month. And that's why when clients ask me, hey, what is it that you actually do? All I'm doing, I'm helping you sleep. Because you will sleep like a brick when you have a system that brings in leads and turns them into clients and then increases their LTV and their longevity with you. Clients that stay, pay, and refer, because that is where the profit is. That's where the good sleep is. Because here's the problem. Most coaches only think about the front end, okay? They're addicted to the high of new sales. And that's why they're stuck in feast or famine. But the real game's in the back end. That's where the freedom lives. So here's the fix, and I call it the recurring revenue engine. And it has 3 parts for you to follow. So you get a pad and pen, etch a sketch, whatever it is, but this is what you're gonna want to install. Number 1 is the ascension path, because clients don't just buy once, they graduate into something bigger. And so think of it like school. You don't just finish 3rd grade and peace out and drop out, you keep moving up. Your clients should too, and that's how you double LTV without doubling your lead gen. Because I've said it once, and I'll say it plenty of times again, listen to this right now. You will easily double your business when you halve your churn. Just stick with that. You will easily double your business when you halve your churn. And this is what we're talking about. Now, how do we do that? We do that with number 2, the fulfillment system. This is where most people get choked up with their onboarding, their delivery, their offboarding. It's all chaos. But if you want to scale, anyone should be able to step into your business and run it with or without you, because that's freedom. That is truly scale. So when you have the process where a client can sign on, so a sale is made, they're onboarded, they're taken through the process, they're getting results, and you are no longer involved in that process. I remember really clear in the company that I sold, I was able to finally, I couldn't believe it when it actually happened, that there were people, there was sales getting made, they were getting coached, they were getting great results. I was seeing their testimonials and their case studies come through, and I had never talked to them before. I didn't know who they were. And then I was wanting to get on calls with them, to know about them, to talk about and to brag about their results. But all of that happens only when the 3rd thing is involved. And that is what we call the trust engine. And this is the multiplier, because more trust equals more show-ups equals more sales. And that's how we had one client jump to a 91% show-up rate on calls. That means almost every call that booked in showed up and had a shot at increasing revenue. And when trust is built in advance, sales get easier, retention gets stronger, and churn starts to massively drop. Because think about it right now. There is a ton of skepticism going on in the marketplace. Your potential clients are skeptical as hell when it comes to whether it is you or someone else that they should part their money with. You right now, if we're just meeting for the first time, you're probably like, who is this ugly bearded meathead of a dude? And you're kind of sussing me out. Do I listen to him? Do I not? And the question is, this is where trust must get built. This is why I want to give you the actual insights as to what is working when growing coaching businesses, because I want to grow trust with you. I want you to click the link in the description. I want you to go through further trainings. I want you to see exactly how it is that I can help you, if I can actually help you. Because the ascension path that is step number 1 is truly planted in the very first part in the trust engine. This is all three of these systems need to work together so that you get more clients signing up, so they stay, pay, and refer, and so that each client is worth so much more to you. So really, I'm going to talk some numbers right now, and if I can get the numbers and understand it, you're going to breeze through this. So let me break it down for you.
If you've made it this far, seriously, thank you. I appreciate you being here. But real quick, if you are a coach or consultant who wants to be able to build a self-growing business without bloated team, a big ad budget, or working more than 3 hours a day, then make sure that you hit subscribe, because everything I share here is built for founders just like you, because it's likely that you are done chasing bigger and ready to build better. So let's get back to it.
Because this isn't some magic button or some viral content hack. This is just some simple math, and it's a smarter model. So before working with us, there was a client and he was doing okay. They were selling a $3,000 coaching program and averaging about 20 front-end sales per month, okay? So they're doing 60 grand a month, which is solid, but they were stuck. So here's what we did. The first thing is we improved their front end and their offer positioning. So we only just bumped, and I say only, the conversions by 15%. Let me show you how the numbers work together. So instead of 20 clients, they started signing 23 clients. Same ad spend, no more extra content, nothing crazy, just 3 extra clients. But that's an extra $9,000 a month right there. Then the second part that we install is that Ascension part, to keep it clean. So we gave clients a clear next step, a 10K backend program, which is they sign on, they get the initial results, they've solved their first problem, but then now they've got so many more problems that they need to solve, which is why this backend program was created. And we made it easy for them to say yes. So around 30% of those new clients then upgraded. So out of those 23 front-end clients in the next month, 7 of them moved to the backend. So 7 clients at $10,000, that's an extra $70,000 in backend revenue. That's just 1 month. So add it up, 69,000 in the front end, 70,000 in the back end, 139,000 total revenue for that month. That's why we're able to scale coaching businesses so much faster, because it's simple stuff that it is all we're doing. We made one small tweak to their nurture system and made sure that their trust engine was actually built. Sharp rates on calls jumped from 58 to 89%. So now even more of their leads were converting. By month 2, referrals and retention start to kick in. So that's how we're able to increase by 100, 200, 300,000 a month in recurring revenue, all just from improving the conversions, increasing LTV, and giving clients a clear path to stay, pay, and refer. That is the power of the recurring revenue engine. And it's the exact system that we install for coaches who are tired of guessing and ready for something smart. Because one client added 318,000 in just 30 days. Another was able to hit $1 million profit every quarter. Another took their sharp rate from 55 to 91%. And it was all done by putting in this thing that we call the trust engine. And these aren't outliers. This is what happens when you stop chasing hacks and you just actually build a system. Because this training right now, look, this is great. I want to be able to give you as much help as possible as I can in a short little YouTube video. But as my friend Derek Sivers says, if it were just more information we need, we'd all be billionaires with perfect six packs. And the truth is, you don't need more free advice. You don't need any more YouTubes or podcasts. You need the right advice applied to you. Because information, it entertains. But personalization transforms. And that's why the smartest next step is to book in your free demo call in the description somewhere around this video so we can actually show you exactly how this system works inside of your business. So if you're stuck on the hamster wheel, if you're tired of chasing new sales and you just want something that predictably and reliably brings in the clients, the type of clients that you love to work with, so just click the link in the description. It's free, it's fast, and if you actually apply it, who knows, you might start to see your revenue grow with you doing less work every single day.
All right, that's it for today. And if this did hit home for you today, and if you are building a business that's meant to give you more money and more freedom, then I want you to be able to do 2 things before you go. 1, hit subscribe and turn on notifications, because you're a bummer if you missed out on everything else to come. Number 2, grab the link in the description and be able to book in your free demo so you can see the exact systems, the exact process, and you can be able to install it inside of your business. Because remember, this channel is for coaches and creators who want a daily income, simple systems, and to be able to take time off. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next episode.